Sorry for some delay for those of you that were joining. I just had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Welcome, everyone. So I'll just give a few minutes for everyone to arrive. Hello, everybody. I just had some apple. If you have arrived already, just please feel free to set up your mat and just find yourself. What you may find, because for this practice there's a lot of floor work, you may like setting up your mat like the black mat that I have, so you always have a gaze. I'm pretty sure you're already doing that, but just in case you need to be reminded. And I wanted to let you know that we're going to be working with the element of fire today. And there are two breathing techniques that I will be demonstrating to you right now that we are going to use through some of the postures that we're going to work with. One of them is breath of fire, which we did in one of my first classes that I did with you. And that's a breathing that is focused on the diaphragm, and the movement is not exaggerated in the abdomen, but it works in sort of like in a sort of an equal breath, right? So it would be equal inhale, equal exhale, and you're just kind of like pumping the diaphragm. So it's an inhale, exhale that almost feels like if you were panting. A panting dog would be same concept, but you're doing it through the nose. And Kapalabhati would be an exaggerated exhalation, so that you're focusing more on the squeezing of the abdomen on the exhale. So if I were to maybe sit up this way a little bit more. So breath of fire and Kapalabhati. So if I mention either or one of those two breaths, just kind of focus on what calls out to you the most. And then the element of fire is an element that I have been working with for a long time, being part of my constitution, I believe, and not that I believe, that I know. And when I used to teach the core classes, one of the main reasons I teach a lot of core as well is because as women we need to reconnect to our center, our sort of foundational space. And as we give birth to children and we kind of we age, we forget the strength that we need to maintain in this area in our body, this area, okay? And it's not only necessary for foundation stability, it's also necessary for continuing to keep that flame within, so that we're constantly creating and manifesting. And the element of fire itself has a lot to do with the idea of change and the creation of change. And as you're working with the element of fire, change is more possible for you. And I want to encourage you not to think of change always as something bad into something good. It's just the part of, or the natural part of nature as it takes place. So don't worry so much about what is changing. What the element of fire does for us is that it creates the possibility for change, and it sort of fumes and flames the possibility of change in our lives. So just sort of allowing yourself, instead of going through the changes in your life, and right now a lot of us are going through change. We may have to change our work situation, we may have to change the way we sort of interact with each other. So really embracing change for us can help us to make this transition a lot smoother. So going through change with less fear and more trust, and allowing yourself to embrace the possibilities. So thank you again for showing up, and I will go and set up on the mat. In the meantime, please just start to lie on your back and just take some deep breaths to become present. We won't start with too much relaxation because I'm going to get you into feeling a little bit of warm up, and then right into a pretty hardcore core postures. And the reason I also do that is that my belief is that when we warm up the body inside out, then all the postures are welcomed a little bit easier. So please go ahead and lie on your back, and just take 5 inhales, deep inhales and exhales here for yourself. And allow yourself to settle into your body, to the space that you're in, whether it's your own bedroom, if it's your living room, and kind of just disassociate yourself from all the external distractions and do your ultimate best throughout the practice today to stay very tuned in with yourself, with your body, and listen to the way your body communicates back to you. Okay, so please lie with your legs just about hip distance apart to start with. Take a deep inhale and stretch your arms all the way up and back by the ears. Lengthen through the spine. Start to point your toes, bring your hands together and interlace the fingers, press the palms away from the body and just gently wiggle your spine a little bit side to side here. Inhale and then exhale. On the next inhale, lengthen and point your toes and then flex your feet. Continue with your hands interlaced, point and flex. And now start to see if you could bring your low back closer and closer to the ground, but so much so that you have still a little bit of space that you could slide a thin slice or thin piece of paper under your back. From here, take an inhale again, and as you exhale, squeeze into a ball, bring your hands on top of your shins, forehead towards the knees, and just stay there for 3, 2, and 1, just starting the practice with really connecting to all that is you. Lowering the head down, take the legs up towards the ceiling, just point and flex, alternating one foot then the other. And then rotating your ankles or circling the ankles. And then switch the direction. And then start to sort of kick yourself in the bum here to create some mobility in the knee joints as well. We'll take the hands to the knees and circle them out of the body and in towards the body, outside of the body, in towards the body. One more time. And then switch the direction. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale, and then last time here. Take your arms out at the side here, stretching at a T shape, taking an inhale here, stack your knees right above your hips here. Start to engage your toes. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower to the left side. Take your stretch here for your spine. Inhale and exhale. We'll just do 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale on the inhale. This time we lift. Exhale to the opposite side. Keep breathing, taking your gaze to the left side. One more breath here. As you inhale, come back to center. Now lower the feet down to the floor and just sway your knees side to side. So I'm really big on also creating mobility in the hips and getting that movement in the joints right off the start of your practice so that you have a very nurtured sort of feeling for your body before you may start to push it a little bit beyond its sort of usual ways of feeling. Okay, so from here, come back to neutral position. Stretch your left leg on the ground and bring your right knee in towards your chest. Sorry, I had some issues with my phone. Stay here. Inhale, exhale, pull in. Inhale, exhale, pull in. And then inhale, lift your leg up towards the ceiling. Just hold on to the back of your thigh here. So never directly behind the knee, always below or above the knee. Keep breathing here, focusing on your inhale and exhale fully and starting to engage the abdominal muscles more and more every time you exhale. Inhale, exhale, start to lift your head, shoulders off the mat, forehead towards your knee as you open up your elbows. Remember not to shrug your shoulders, keep the neck always really beautiful and long. Inhale, exhale, lower here. Now your leg is going to come back to neutral position, and from here really stabilize the left side of the body through your heel on the left foot, keeping your toes engaged and towards your heart. Inhale, take your arms all the way back by the ears. Exhale, lift head, shoulders off the mat, and come up and start to touch your fingers here behind your legs, so almost like in tempo mudra. If that's too hard, you can go ahead and hold on to the back of your leg again. And we're just going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing into your core. Keep the core engaged the entire time with your abdominal muscles. being engaged because your ribs are tight. 4, 3, 2. See if you can come up higher, and 1. Bring the knee in once again. And then release your legs, shake it out. Bring your left knee in towards you, squeeze it in a few times, or just hold it in towards your chest. Take the leg up towards the ceiling, stretch the back of the leg as you keep your foot flexed. Inhaling and exhaling here. Closing your eyes, tuning in with your breath and focusing at the area in your body that's feeling the most sensations. Inhale, exhale, lift your head, shoulders off the mat, walk the hands up towards your ankle if possible, pull the leg a little bit closer to you. Again, if you open up your elbows, it gives you a little bit of a deeper range of motion. Inhale, exhale, one more breath. And then slowly lower the head down, keep the leg where it is. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, squeeze the abdominal muscles to lift. Take your hands behind the leg and just keep your fingertips touching. Inhaling and exhaling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, getting up a little bit more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in towards your chest, squeeze into it, and then bring both knees in. Take your legs up towards the ceiling, take your arms all the way back by the ears. Inhale, exhale, slowly curling off the mat and reaching your fingertips towards your toes. So the idea is not to touch, it's easy to touch for some of us, but what you want to do is to continue to lift up stronger and higher without lifting your bum off the ground. You're just feeling as if you're extending your legs even more. And then slowly, slowly you're peeling your upper body off the mat. So there is that point where you start to feel like it's your maximum. Hold it there, and you're going to bring either Kapalabhati or breath of fire into this. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze the root lock so the Kegel muscles engage. Feel the energy moving up from the base of the spine to the top of your head. And then exhale, lower the head down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully through the mouth. Relax the jaw, relax the muscles in your neck. Lower the foot down. Take your arms along the sides of the body, keeping your chin slightly towards the chest, back of the neck long. Pressing arms and feet firmly into the ground. I like to come off the ground for bridge pose on the exhalation so that we come with a round back. So inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to start to curl your tailbone off the mat, rising up vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping your knees pointing forward, pressing feet and outer shoulders back into the mat again, rising up to your highest position, and then exhaling to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. Start to become aware of the energy between your thighs as you're moving in this pose, and then continue to do this on your own. On the exhales, rise. Do this 4 more times, and every time you come up, encourage yourself to go a little bit higher, engage the muscles in your hamstrings a little bit more, and really tune in with the abdominal area as well, tightening the ribs and engaging the abs at the same time. Inhaling and then exhaling to rise. You could go as fast or slow as you like. So inhaling at the top, staying, exhaling to lower down, inhaling at the bottom, exhaling to rise. This might be your last one already. Slowly lowering back down. Now the next time we come up, we're going to stay. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head. It's sort of feeling that energy moving away so that you're still feeling that length in your spine. You don't want to be crunching up any position in your body. Take an inhale, reach your arms all the way back. Squeeze the muscles in the legs a little bit more. Feel the energy between your inner thighs. Arms come back down to the ground. Anchor your left foot. You might need to walk it back a little bit. You're going to take your right leg up towards the ceiling and start to pulse here, as if you're holding a ball on your foot towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3. Notice the pulses are slow. 2, and 1. Take your leg in a diagonal position in line with your knee. 5, lifting the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, lower the foot down. Lift a little bit higher. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Anchor your right foot, left leg reaches up. Pulsing, 5, 4. Using the glutes on the right side. 2, and 1. Take your leg at a diagonal position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Lift a little bit higher. Inhale. Reach your arms all the way back. Exhale, squeeze the ribs, abdominal muscles tight. Lower down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release any tension. Good. Now you're going to bring your knees out to the sides, and instead of keeping the soles of the feet touching, you're just going to separate your heels, but the balls of the feet touch. So toes are apart, heels are apart, balls of the feet are touching. So you still have this position going on for your foot here. Your arms reach back. Palms are together, coming into tempo mudra, interlacing your fingers, index pointing. Inhale here, and as you exhale, start to really slightly curl the tailbone off the mat so that you start to feel your low back closer to the ground. And then inhale, exhale, take your arms up towards the ceiling, start to peel your shoulders, upper back, mid back, and slowly reaching forward to the top of your mat. Inhale here, and start to just pulse. So I don't want you to crunch up like this hard. I just want you to feel as if you're reaching only for something in front of you, try to grasp it. Exhaling to reach, really engaging the space between your hips and your ribs. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Keep going. 4 more. Powerful exhalations. Don't worry about the inhales. You're going to lift your feet off the ground and continue with the same. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If the neck bothers you, hand behind the head. 1 hand, or both hands if you need to. 2, 1. Take your legs out into a V position and reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to lift the hips as we move forward as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, and we're going to continue to move our way back the same way we came here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the balls of the feet together. 10, 9. Again, if the neck bothers you, just hold the back of the head. Don't use your hand to lift your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. I'm going to give you a break now. Inhale, take the hands behind the head. Exhale, bring the elbows and knees together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. For this, I'm allowing your back to come off on the inhale. Exhale, not allowing. I'm making that possible for you. Exhale to come up. You can exhale if you need to through the mouth sometimes here, so that you make sure that you're breathing all of the air out and helping to flame that fire of yours within your belly. Stay here now. Take your hands up. This is almost like a reverse or a reclined crow pose. You're going to keep your knees close to your elbows and pulse towards the ceiling. Sorry, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the head down. Keep your knees where they are. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Lower the feet down. Open up your feet as wide as your mat. Lower your knees to the left. Let that top hip really press forward. Feel the stretch in your inner thigh here and your hip flexor. Turn your gaze to the opposite side of your knees to get that stretch for your neck. So I'm building a sweat here. I don't know about you. Inhale to center. Exhale to the opposite side. That's usually how I would start the classes. And yeah, that was our, version of hot yoga at the studio at that time. But what I really, again, feel that is necessary is to build our inner heat. And I know when classes are taught at Yoga Loft, Jenna has a really big focus on that as well. I've taken her classes, and I love that about her classes as well. Come back to center. Take your legs at a long position here. Take your arms all the way back and just stretch your toes forward for this one. And just lift your belly up towards the ceiling. So we're basically just stretching the front of the body here. And then bring your feet back flat on the ground. Take your legs off the ground or feet off the ground, sorry. And all you're going to do here is this is your inhale and exhale. We're stretching one leg out. Inhale, opposite leg out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So this would be where you would stay if this already feels like it's working for you. If you want to add more, we're going to just roll up a little bit on the exhale, up, up, keeping the core engaged, the ribs engaged. Or you continue to rise, place your left foot on the ground, press your hands into the ground and hold as you lift. Roll back. This time we're going to add a lift of the legs and lift up. So, even for everyone on the ground, if you're not rolling up, we're going to add a little bit. So you're going to lift your hips on the inhale, exhale, one knee comes in, the other leg reaches out. Inhale, lift the hips, exhale, one knee comes in, the other leg reaches up. If you're coming to roll up, same idea. Inhale, lifting, rolling up, one leg stretches out, you hold. Inhale, rise, opposite leg reaches out, you lift your bum off the ground if possible, you hold. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time on each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Bring it back down nice and slow. Rock side to side. So, the fire is going. Change is coming. Are you smiling? Are you welcoming it in? Are you fighting it? Are you resisting it? Notice how you react to change in life. Okay, we're going to work with a little bit of twisting and some fun variations. You're going to inhale, exhale. Take your knees to the left side, just hover, and then stretch your right toes towards your left hand and your left foot towards the buttock. Inhale, exhale, come back. Exhale to the other side, and then stretch your left toes towards your right hand, right foot towards the buttock. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale, twist again. So toes towards the hand, foot, or right toes towards the hand, left foot towards the bum. Inhale, exhale, come back, pull it in. And then again, as you inhale, exhale, lower your knees to the opposite side, left toes towards the right hand, right foot towards the bum. So again, you're either going to continue here, or you're going to start to lift the head. Your palms stay on the ground. We're going to come back to center, lift the head, look to the opposite side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Another variation here. You're going to twist, circle your leg up, and then switch directions. Circle your leg up, switch direction. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. At this point, the head stays off the ground. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time. Beautiful. Bring it back in. We're going to rock our way to seated, but that's still going to be a little bit of a playful way. Inhaling, exhaling, and then coming up and holding it into Navasana boat pose. So taking your variation of the pose, taking an inhale, reaching the arms out. If you want to play around with that, a little bit of rowing back and forth. You can even add the arms to it. So you could go faster, breath of fire, or Kapalabhati. Sorry, I'm going to fall off the mat here. Hold it. Take your legs up as high as you can. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring the sides of your feet down to the ground. So I'm going to face you at this point. So it's the outer edges of the feet. Your hands along the side of the body. Just lift your tush off the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, back into your Navasana. But you can cross one ankle over the other entire time. We're going to come into temple or Charlie's Angels Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hold it here. Take a break. Take a rest. Cross the opposite ankle over. Lower the feet down. Lift your bum again. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Come back to the mudra again. And then as you reach out and in, open up the knees here. On the exhale, on the inhale, reach up. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, you want to add a little bit more. We're going to twist. Exhale, 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 exhale. 3, 2, 1. Come back to sitting tall. Take a break for your back. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach as far as you can, straight spine, and then just fold forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On the inhale, rise back up to seated. Whatever foot you have forward, let's switch it up just to see what the range of motion feels like here. Take an inhale, exhale, leading with your heart, and then eventually bowing the head to the earth. Letting the head hang nice and comfortable here. Now, I know a lot of times as you inhale to rise, when we work with abdominal muscles, you also start to get a little bit of soreness in your hip flexors if you haven't been working with your core a lot. So a really good stretch for that is what we're going to just do. You're going to place your hands behind your hips, fingers pointing away from your body. Or you could be on your finger pads, pressing your knees into the ground, and just lifting your hips and reaching your hips forward. Shoulders back, chest open. You can gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. Bring it back down. Take your feet behind you. Find your way to tabletop position. And just take 3 regular cat-cow stretches here for yourself. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Tucking your toes under and just starting to lift up with your knees about 1 or 2 inches off the ground and maintain the same cat-cow movement here. Inhale, exhale, really pulling the back and the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Lower the knees down. Sit back on your heels. Give it a little bit of a shake for your hands. We're going to do just one more round, just a different variation. Take your hands again. Rest under the shoulders. This time you're going to keep the tops of the feet flat. Take the knees off the ground. Inhale, exhale, and then you're going to start to do your breath of fire or Kapalabhati breath for 10. 5. And 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower the knees. Take a child's pose break. Feel free to reach your hands beside the body here. Backs of the hands resting on the ground. Forehead resting on the mat. Hips all the way down towards the heels. Stretching your arms out in front of you. Just lift your heart, head will follow. Inhale, and as you exhale, walk your hands all the way to the left side of the body. Depending on how much give there is for the body to stretch here, you might even want to place your right hand on top of the left as your head rests between your arms. Or just even relax the left hand by the knees and stretch your right arm. Whatever seems to fit your practice for today. Stretch both arms out again as you inhale, exhale all the way to the opposite side. Keeping your left arm extended, right hand behind your hip, or left hand on top of the right. Inhale, exhale fully. On the inhale, find your way back. Come back to neutral position for table. Tuck your toes under, walk your hands 1 or 2 handprints further away from the body. Inhale again, lift your knees off the ground. Exhale, this time just push your chest towards your thighs. And then just kind of pulse or push your body forward to plank. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep going with the movement of the breath. Working on keeping that plank posture so your hips lower than the heart. Heels pressing away strong, arms strong here, slight bend in your elbow, but the idea of pushing the earth away strongly is really key here. Next time you reach to plank, lower the knees down. We're going to take 3 push-ups before we lower down. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take your hands off the ground. Knees come off the mat as the tops of the feet press down. Holding it. Now you're going to take your arms in front of you. Rest your right hand on your back with the palm face up. Make a fist with your left hand, as if you're squeezing your fist so tight that every muscle in that left arm engages. You're just going to bring your elbow to shoulder level. Inhale, exhale. And there's a little bit of a lift every time. So you don't even need weights. You're working against gravity. And you can create resistance in your mind. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Take a rest here. Resting one side of your face on the ground. Arms along the side of the body. I like to touch the big toes and just let the heels fall apart. It also relaxes the low back area here for you. Inhale. Exhale, come back with your forehead on the mat to start with. Lift your spine, lift the heart, take both arms in front of you. Taking the left hand on your low back, right arm reaches up, make a fist here. Squeeze your thumb inside your hand. Exhale, lift, inhale. So charge the fingers on the inhale, exhale, pull. Try not to go past your shoulder because then you're not engaging the muscle as much. So keep it right at shoulder level, a 90-degree angle. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release the opposite side of your face on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Feel free to lift up your feet and just sway your feet side to side as you bend your knees. Staying here as you just get a drink of water. Bring your forehead to the center. And just place your hands on top of the other. Make a pillow for your hands here. And just check in with yourself. We're basically halfway through the practice and we haven't come off the mat yet that much. So hopefully your fire is burning quite strong at this time, or your flame. And again, I invite you to think of some of the changes that you are looking to make in your life and really push that fire into those areas in your life as we're going through the practice. Find your way back to tabletop position, and again, create a little bit more distance here so that you are preparing for your downward dog posture. Taking an inhale, tilting the tailbone, crown of the head up. As you exhale, pushing the hips towards the sky, sit bones reaching up. Now I always have bend in my knees because I just find that for me, especially if my hamstrings are tighter, then I get a longer spine, a more tall spine here, and I can work with that a little bit more. So you're going to anchor your left foot. So you might want to bring that left foot a little bit more to the center of your mat, not center forward, just where your feet are positioned. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling, and let's open up the hip here. Just feel the stretch into the hip. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can still equally press both hands into the ground, and your shoulders are facing down towards the ground. Now as you exhale, you're going to bring your right knee towards your left elbow, right elbow, and then take it all the way back. And you're going to start to make these sort of circular motions here. Now if that's too much for anyone, and this is not in your practice, I would encourage you to just lift your leg up straight, or continue with the open hip, and just come forward, left and right, and then take it back up. If you're doing this one more round here, please. Inhale. Exhale, now come towards your left elbow, turn that left foot flat on the ground, toes pointing to the left, and stretch your right leg out so that it's at the left side of your body. You're going to take your left arm up towards the ceiling. Now if your practice allows you, you can take your right foot off the ground. Inhale, exhale, and hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in, take your leg up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, bring your foot forward, and just stay here in your lunge. And just notice the ability to kind of keep that back foot as strong as possible. So don't go or back leg. So don't go too far with your heel. You want to be more on your toes so you're engaging all the muscles in the leg. Then we're going to add a little bit of a movement for the hamstring muscle first. So exhale, toes lift up towards the ceiling on the right foot as your heel presses closer to the ground. And then inhale, you lengthen the spine. Exhale, rounding, forehead to the knee. Inhale, lengthen. This is taking us to the next place we're getting ready to go and explore. Inhale, exhale. So I'm going to give you options. You're going to place your left hand on the ground and take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Circle this arm a few times. Inhaling, exhaling. So for your lunge twist, again, please try to keep a beautiful elongated spine and think of your crown of the head reaching away from the tailbone. Take your hand to your sacrum and gaze up towards the ceiling a little bit more, pushing strongly into the ground with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to take both feet and face them towards the right side of your mat. You're going to be on the outer edges of both feet and just get a little bit more of a stretch into the outer hips. Decide where your arm position would like to be. Inhale. Exhale, maybe even. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral position. Bring your hands to the inside. Lower your knees just for a break here. Take any position you like. I am still working with my flexibility after 20 years. My hips haven't given up too much space, but they're a lot better than they were before. So you choose where you want to be here. You are looking for a 90-degree angle for that front knee. Some of you might be able to come down to your elbows for lizard, or just stay here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to push into the ground. Take that knee off the ground. Left hand is stable. You're going to find your big toe on that right foot with your peace fingers. Coming onto the outer edge of your left foot again, place that right foot at the center of your mat, facing the right side of your mat. And then you're going to see if you can find a balance here, whether it's with the knee bent or the knee straight, holding onto that toe still. And then when you're ready, bring it back down to the ground. Place it at the center of your mat. Inhale here, finding your way to your crescent lunge. Exhale, we'll sink with the bending of the knee on the back, and then straightening up both legs. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Exhale, stay here. Take your arms in front. Take a twist to the right. If this is too much for your back shoulder, take your right hand behind you. Come back to center, straightening out the back leg, Inhale, reach forward, arms along the side of the ears. Exhale, hands to the ground. Take that back leg off the ground. Coming into a split here, standing split. This is my biggest split. And you're going to take your right hand on the ground and open up into half moon. Now, if you have the availability here, find your left ankle, hold on to it, and then line up your knee with your hip here. And find a nice quad stretch as well. Inhale, exhale, gracefully release that foot. Take that leg all the way back behind you. Hands under your shoulders without sweeping that leg back too strongly. Find your plank position on your toes and back. Heel and toe. Heel and toe. Toes again. You're going to lower down. Chaturanga, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Take a break to roll the shoulders back a few times. And then you decide cobra or upward dog. Lifting up. Exhale to your downward dog. Alternate one heel down at a time. Woo. Okay, I haven't sweat like this for a long time, I have to be honest. Feels pretty damn good. Take 5 breaths here, and then we're actually going to take a child's pose break, not just for me, for you as well. I'm a big advocate for taking rests between strong postures, because when we stress the body, we also want to give it time to kind of rejuvenate itself and not look at these poses as enemy and start to fight it. Instead, open up to receiving the benefits, right? So just go into your child's pose. It's not failing your practice. If you're a strong practitioner, really honor the pauses, the times to breathe, the times to reconnect, recalibrate. And come back even more refreshed and replenished. Let's find downward dog again. Inhaling, exhaling, reaching the hips up again. This time left leg reaches up as you open up your left hip. Hold it here for a few breaths. Anchoring the right heel towards the ground as much as possible. Seeing if you can keep your shoulders facing down towards the ground. And then starting to bring the knee in towards the right elbow this time. Left, all the way back. Inhale, exhale, all the way back. I'm just going to turn around so I can still see you. Keep going here. Again, remember the modification would be to reach up, forward, right or left. Up, right and left. Let's do 2 more rounds, whichever way you're going. And the next time you come towards your right elbow, you're going to stretch your left leg all the way to the right side of your mat. And then flatten out your right foot. And then this side, you're going to have to pull in with your hips and belly for 5, 4 to lift that left leg off the ground. 2, and 1. Take your leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it in. Finding stretch in your hamstring. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more here. Last one. Coming forward and staying for your lunge twist. Reach your arm up. Start to twist a little bit deeper with every exhale. Circling the arm can help with the shoulder tension that you may have created. Take your hand behind you on your sacrum. Inhale. Exhale, keeping your right hand where it is, maybe one hand prayed forward, turning your feet to the left side of your mat on the outer edges. Decide where you want to be with your arm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. And then come back inside of your foot, taking any position that feels right for you, whether it's with the knee down, knee off the mat, elbows on the ground, or just maintaining your lunge lizard variations as you focus on the breath again. Taking an inhale, exhale, coming back. I feel like I went a little bit backwards here. So you're going to keep your right hand under your shoulder. Take your peace fingers, find your left toe, and then bring your foot to the center. You're on the outer edge of your right foot, and you're going to lift up your left leg towards the ceiling. When you're ready, bring it down. Bring it to the center of your mat, finding crescent lunge. Inhaling, exhaling, inhale straight. Legs, always a small bend in the knees, however. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, stay here, take your arms forward, coming into a twist. Inhale, exhale. If this is too much, keep your hand behind you. Inhale, come up as you exhale. Reach your arms, if you like, back here instead of forward this time. Leaning forward with the crown of the head, hands come down to the ground. Back leg rises up for your standing split pose. Inhale, start to position your left hand at a diagonal spot here to your left foot and start to rise up with your right arm towards the ceiling, gazing to the right if that's possible, finding your right ankle, and then pulling that right heel right into your buttock, your glute, and opening up. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath here. Slowly release. Take both hands on the ground. Take a giant step back. Gently lift that back foot. As you go back into your plank, this time we'll bring the feet together and do some dips on the side. This is my morning routine, finding variations of plank, exhaling to the sides. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Finding chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Inhale and then exhale this time. Actually, just stay and rest. Feel free to lift your feet up. Sway your knees or feet side to side. So we'll do a variation of boat pose as we prepare for the full pose. Boat pose is a fantastic posture to practice. It's amazing for our spine. It creates radiance and beauty because when the energy is flowing in our spine, we are healthy and we look young, we look younger. So let's try different variations here. You could place your left elbow on the ground and then just bring your left hand in front of your right shoulder and just find your right heel, right ankle or the top of your foot. And just pull that heel in towards the body. Inhaling and exhaling. And this is all where, or just the only place you might be for today, and that's okay. Just try to lift your heart a little bit more. Feel the opening in the front of your body. One more breath here, and then release. Take a break in between. And then placing your right elbow on the ground, right hand in front of your left shoulder, finding your left ankle, and lifting up the chest. Try not to scrunch up the shoulders and the neck. Keep the neck long, elongated spine and neck is part of your healthy practice. Inhale, exhale, one more full breath. And then release. Shimmying your hips here a little bit, so really shake out the hips. Now you're either going to explore the full version of the pose or back into the same sort of side-to-side stretches. So if you are, place your forehead on the ground, find both ankles, tops of your feet. Roll the shoulders up and back, allow the chest and the thighs to lift, and let the head follow. And here we are going to welcome breath of fire again. Or deep breaths. Hold the breath in, big breath, and exhale to release. Beautiful work. Push back into child's pose to rest your back. Your arms can rest along the sides of the body. And then pressing your hands into the ground, keeping the chin towards the chest with a round spine to roll up finally to seated. Roll the shoulders up and back. And just please sit in rock pose for a few breaths just to bring in all the sensations and become aware of all the shifts and the changes you created through your practice. Noticing what this element of fire is representing in your life. What it has done to maybe awaken certain parts of you, certain ways of your being. Maybe brought forth a new vision of yourself, a new vision that you wish to manifest, a new project, a new opportunity that you wish to create. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up by the ears, interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Take a big stretch to the side, inhale, exhale, other side, keeping the shoulders away. Inhale, lengthen, exhale again. So just when you think I'm done, if you had ever taken my classes, it was always a little bit more. So you're just going to lie on your back. I'm a huge fan for this next posture. This comes from my Kundalini practice as well. It is really about shedding and shaking off all our shit, basically. All our stuff that we can burn away and create space. And again, never with resentment, never with anger or frustration, because everything has a purpose in life. Every emotion has its place in our lives. And from the dark places, we find the most beautiful light version of ourselves. So it's never shaking it off and saying, F you, I didn't need you. I didn't need you. It's thank you, thank you. So put a smile on your face when it gets really tough. And please stay as long as you can. This is actually at your own pace. So you may go longer than me, or you may go shorter than me. It's not a problem at all. And I encourage you to use, if you can, breath of fire, or Kapalabhati, or deep breaths if you need to. Now, if you're menstruating, you're going to take one leg off at a time. Otherwise, feet are about 6 inches off the ground, and the arms are 6 inches apart. Head is off the ground, gazes to the toes. You can bring your feet together, and we're going to start. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Pull the energy up all the way to the crown of the head. And just exhale and drop. Beautiful work. I'm hoping that you've been sort of practicing all the postures together. And at this point, you can really feel in your body, in every cell in your being, in every part of your being, the work that you have done. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and of course, with the support of your breath. The best and the most valuable tool that's given to us to live. So please take your resting position. If you feel like a twist is calling to you, please go ahead and honor that. Maybe just turning your head from side to side. If you wish to place your hands in any specific part of your body, go ahead and do so. And just stay rested and enjoy this beautiful time of not doing, of just being. So as you continue to feel the heaviness of your body being supported by the earth, now you can connect to the element of earth. This motherly feeling that she can give us as she supports us and she holds us beautifully in her arms, in her embrace. And it's a beautiful place to also create transformation, because when we plant the seeds, we plant them in soil, we plant them in the earth to grow. So notice through this change that we created through the element of fire, what it is that you wish to plant as a seed for the journey ahead. What has come up for you? And of course, there are other elements that you could work with. And just notice throughout your journey, more and more being present with these elements in your life. Noticing that you are nature and you are a part of nature and all these elements reside within you. Noticing that every element that you have come to know has been a part of your evolution in this life. May you always feel the true support of the mother energy within you as a woman, whether you are a mom or not. And just nurture yourself with every opportunity that you get. And this is such a beautiful time for us to nurture ourselves. So if you are still lying down, I encourage you to just stay as long as you wish. You don't have to get up. I think we all can use that extra time of relaxation, that extra time of connection. So just take as long as you can. Acknowledge each and every one of you for showing up, whether it was just tuning in to see what was happening or if you actually took part in the practice. Just remember that we always show up where we need to, show up where we need to be. Maybe some of you just had to tune in to hear some parts of the message, see one posture that you're like, yeah, I should be doing that. I could do more of that. Or maybe it was just the music in the background that resonated with you. I acknowledge the work that each and every one of you are doing to heal your wounds, to find a deeper connection with yourself, to find deeper meanings in life. I acknowledge the work that you are doing to create a shift in consciousness, again, by just showing up, by being present. I acknowledge your vulnerability, your humility, your strength, and your beauty. And I am grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in, for viewing, for practicing with me, because it allows me to heal through my teachings. It allows me to live my life's purpose. It allows me to continue sharing my love and passion for this practice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.